Next match. Here we go. Here we go. So next, it's Bianca Belair.
What? What?
It's Bianca Belair versus Asuka for the Raw Women's Title, and Bianca won at last year's WrestleMania, and she's been champ ever since. So I don't know. What do you think of Bianca as champion?
Yeah. She's the John Cena of women's wrestling right now, and she's good. She's one of their best wrestlers, but I don't know. Just maybe it would have been better if it was Bianca versus Rhea Ripley. Just saying.
Oh, I think that's coming. Maybe even next year. They might save that for next year.
If they both hold on to the titles, maybe it could be on Survivor Series. But does Belair keep the title? Who knows?
I don't know if you've noticed either, but I almost get the sense that Bianca was bigger of a star when she was chasing the title, and then she wins the belt, and I feel like her popularity. I'm not saying she's not popular, but I just don't feel like she's as popular as she was.
Ooh, you're going to get some hate for that.
I'm not
Ooh.
saying I don't like Bianca. I actually rooted for her to win the freaking belt. I just feel like I don't know. Maybe they need to give her a really good storyline or something. I don't know what it is. I think Damage Control wasn't the best
I
thing
did
either.
too. What you don't think it was? I know it wasn't.
Yeah, I think that really like ruined the whole Bianca thing for like half the year. But
Yeah.
anyway, they show a freaking video hyping the match. Charlotte and Rhea was freaking great on night one. Again, I don't know if any freaking women's match is gonna top that. I mean, that was just freaking good. Asuka comes
Oh,
out.
did it?
Asuka comes out first. There's a bunch of people dressed in masks, kind of like looking like Asuka, and then Asuka does appear behind them. Remind me of like Cena's entrance a couple years ago, where everyone was like dressed up as Cena and stuff.
They, yeah, they did a lot of that type of stuff this year.
Yeah. Again, I love freaking Asuka's new look though. Her like makeup and stuff. Like she looks like a heel.
hmm Yeah, she at least has a little bit more of a gimmick. But before she was just that Japanese wrestler that was really good. And now she has more of a gimmick.
Yeah, the whole undefeated. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Next is Bianca Belair.
hmm
There's like a bunch of girls. They're like dancing and stuff. They kind of look like Bianca. They have like the long hair and stuff, and they're flipping it around. And then Bianca comes
hmm
out, and Bianca looks like a champ. I mean, I'm not gonna say she doesn't look good as the champion or whatever,
Yeah,
but both women get introduced, and
storyline wise, she's better
yeah, both
as not champ.
Bianca and Oscar get introduced, from the announcer, and Bianca has a lot more support from the crowd.
hmm
Poor Oscar.
Woohoo!
The bell rings. The bell rings, and some drop kicks from Bianca like right away. Bianca with some shots in the corner. Oscar comes back
hmm
with a kick in the corner, and then freaking Bianca just goes down. So a bunch of back fists and kicks from Oscar. I do love freaking Oscar's combination moves that she does. Pretty good.
It's
Oscar,
her. It's the Japanese wrestling.
yeah, Oscar would end up getting a 2 count here, and then she's like, "All right." So she goes up to the top rope, and then Bianca actually stops her and meets her up there. Bianca gets thrown off, but she does that thing like Pat McAfee does, where she just like does a backflip and she lands on her feet. Speaking of McAfee, I
Yeah,
wasn't a big fan of McAfee showing up and stuff, but I don't know. We'll go over that. Whatever.
I thought it was the same exact match as last WrestleMania. So,
I feel like McAfee does kind of
except for
like this.
George Kittle.
He does like the same things, and I feel like the first time you see it, it was like whoa, and then it's like the
Yeah,
same thing too much, and it's like I don't even feel like he got a big pop. So it is what it is.
yeah. There was no Stone Cold this time.
Yeah. So Bianca does a backflip, lands on her feet, and Bianca nails a spine buster for a 2 count. Bianca with the springboard, and Asuka actually caught her with a
hmm
headlock, and then she goes for the Asuka lock. And they said she got the Asuka locked in, but it looked really horrible. I don't think she actually got it fully in. Bianca ends up getting out, and she rolls to
Yeah.
the outside. Both girls are on the outside. Bianca nails a powerbomb on the freaking ground, which is cool. She rolls Asuka in the ring, and she gets a 2 count. So Asuka rolls out of a freaking face slam, and she gets the ankle lock. Bianca trying to get out, she ends up reversing, and she nails a power slam. So Bianca is just basically overpowering Asuka. Every time Asuka's like trying to get some offense in, Bianca just comes back and dominates.
Yeah.
Asuka would apply another ankle lock, and Bianca again tries to roll out, and Asuka goes to the middle rope and just hits a freaking drop kick for a 2 count. Asuka with a kick to the gut, and now
Yep.
both girls are on the apron. Bianca with the stiff right hand, but Asuka ends up dropping drop kicking freaking Bianca, and she just like flies right into the ring post. So Bianca rolls into the freaking ring. She's
Mm-hmm.
freaking hurting, and freaking Asuka's still on the apron. So Bianca gets up, grabs Asuka, and throws her into the ring post. Okay. So Bianca gets her up. They go to the freaking top, and she delivers a freaking superplex, and she gets a 2 count. And again, Bianca just showing how powerful she is because she grabbed Asuka from the apron and still delivered that superplex. And now
Mm-hmm.
the crowd was actually standing for that one. I remember freaking Amber was watching this match with me, and she was like, "Oh, see, the crowd really likes that." And I'm like, "Well, anytime two people get on the top rope, they're gonna cheer. I mean, because they want to know like what's gonna happen. Someone's
Yeah.
taking a bump here."
Yep.
So both girls are down.
Yep.
They get up, some more back and forth shots. Again, the people are kind of behind Bianca for this. Asuka hits the ropes, and Bianca
Mm-hmm.
levels her with the freaking right hand. And then we get some roll up pins from both girls, a lot of close falls, 2 counts, and whatnot. Asuka with a kick on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and she gets another 2 count. So, match isn't bad so far. Bianca recovers. She hits a rolling blockbuster. I freaking love that. Theory did that on night one. Did you notice? He did that freaking rolling. He does that thing where he does the rolling drop kick, but he actually did a rolling
Um,
blockbuster.
oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, well, Bianca did it here too, and I freaking like that a lot. She hit the
I totally
springboard.
forgot Bianca did it today.
Yeah, she did a
Oh
springboard
yes.
moonsault, and she gets a 2 count. And now the crowd's chanting for both girls, and we're actually getting a mixed reaction. So Asuka's starting to get a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
popularity here. Asuka with the rising knee, and then Bianca with the shoulder
Mm-hmm.
tackle, and again, both women are down. So Bianca goes up to the top, recovers, but Asuka stops her this time. Bianca went for her finisher on the freaking top, but Asuka ends up getting an out. Asuka grabs Bianca's hair and drags her and just freaking gets a freaking code breaker. And she gets a 2 count. And my first thought was, man, I thought
Mm-hmm.
Asuka would use more of Bianca's hair in this match to begin with. Because Bianca's hair
Mm-hmm.
is usually like a featured
Which,
thing.
yeah, but I think it's kind of overdone. I think I understand it, but I'm happy that it was just a good brawl and that she used it only a couple times in the match.
It brought me back to, I was telling Amber too, I think it was Becky Lynch actually. I don't remember who did it. Someone grabbed Bianca's hair. Remember they tied it in the ropes so she couldn't even like move?
Oh,
I,
maybe it was Becky.
I thought that was really freaking smart. And then I loved when Bianca used to grab her hair and she'd like whip the girls. And I was like, oh, she's whipping her with hair. But then you would see the whips and
Uh-huh.
like they were actually bleeding. Like she, it was doing some damage.
Yeah,
So Bianca gets Asuka up.
and brutal.
She hits a glam slam in the freaking corner. That was pretty crazy. Bianca goes for the KOD and Asuka gets
Mm-hmm.
to the freaking top rope. So Bianca almost hits the freaking referee. She's like
Yep.
checking on the ref. She turns around and Asuka goes for the mist and she actually misses. So Bianca goes for the KOD again.
Mm-hmm.
Asuka reverses into the freaking armbar submission. And Bianca, doing like a John Cena thing, like you just mentioned, she picks up freaking Asuka in the armbar, gets her
Lifter.
into the KOD, and just gets the freaking pinfall victory. And Bianca is still the Raw Women's Champion. What did you think?
Whoa, whoa. No, I don't know. I think either women could have won this, and I would have been fine with it. But yeah, they're probably going to lead to Bianca versus Rhea. But I didn't even think about this. But with Rhea might not be with the Judgment Day. Well, I don't know about this because how SmackDown and Raw has been working lately, it doesn't really matter. But with how it's been acting lately, Rhea Ripley will have to be on SmackDown because she's the SmackDown Women's Champion, and Raw has Judgment Day. So I wonder if that's going to lead to anything big. But Bianca winning is not bad.
I actually thought the match was better than I expected it to be. I mean, it wasn't as good as Rhea and Charlotte, but it was still better than I expected.
Yes,
In terms
yes,
of
of
the
course.
women's title matches, I mean, I'll give credit where it's due. They were actually good. I didn't like the multi women matches, but I did like the women's belt, the title matches. I thought they were pretty good. And again, I
Mm-hmm.
think it's setting
Yep.
up for Rhea and Bianca. And honestly, Alex, they could do a unification match.
No,
Yeah.
I'm done with all these titles being unified.
Well, I'm saying as in like they just get rid of like the whole split brand and we just get one women's title and then we get like an undisputed winner. Like either Bianca or Rhea will be the
Yeah.
ultimate women's champion. So
Okay, and then the mid card titles stay the same. Okay, I understand.
I did kind of feel bad for Asuka though. I mean, I felt like she really needed this win. It feels like she always gets put in a big situation match and she just, she always freaking falls.
It's because she's not that big of a character, I feel like now. Like because they like overdo everything, I think she just doesn't have really much. She can't really have that big of a storyline or rivalry.
Yeah. Yeah, it just kind of, I don't know. I just wish she had a bigger moment. I feel like ever since her streak got broken, I think she kind of just fell to the wayside.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.